Go Language Programming, Chapter 6, Unit 4. In this unit, we will cover error handling, customizing error messages, using FMT package to format error messages. So let's start with error handling. Error handling indicates that some abnormal condition has occurred in your program. Okay, so basically, any errors that occur in your program, that means something went wrong. Okay, that the program is not behaving correctly. So, Go language basically provides the error handling by having error package. So handling errors in Go language is compared to a return whatever the error is returned with the nil. Okay, so that's how the error handling is done in within your Go language code. So if you have a non-nil return value, okay, that means that the error has occurred. Okay, so if it indicates the error has occurred, never ignore the errors. If there is an error, you need to make sure that there is some reason that it happened, and if it is some unknown reason, then you need to be able to fix the code. Okay, but you need to be able to catch the errors properly. So in Go language, errors are represented using a built-in error type. Okay, so Go language provides the error type. Error values can be stored in a variable or returned from a function. So when you get something from the built-in error type, you can actually store it in some variable. Okay, or you can return that from the function that you are working in. When trying to open a file that does not exist, that is actually an error condition. Okay, so that you need to make sure that your program doesn't crash. You need to be able to catch that error and send out the appropriate message to the user and not basically crash the program because the file was not there. Okay, that is the whole idea behind the catching the errors. So the open, how do you use the file? So you use an open function that is provided, okay, in the OS package in the standard library, and it has this signature, which is basically it is taking the one parameter of string, and then it is returning this error, okay, which is ERR is of type error, and then it is returning a file handler. Okay, that's what it is returning. So let's see how this open function is used in example 6-12. Okay, so very first thing in the 6-12, since it's going to be executable code, so we need to have this first line package main. Okay, and then we do the imports. So when we are importing the FMT package, so we can use a print line function, and then we also have a OS package, standard package. So we can use open function from this OS package. So within the main body, very first thing that we are doing is to trying to open this you know this text file, and assuming that it's as you can see, this is a slash forward slash. So we are assuming that it's at the root level in in Unix or Linux. So it will check if the file is there or not. If it is not there, then it is an error condition. So if it is an error condition, then it is not going to be a nil. So if it is not nil, that means it's something else other than the nil. Then it is going to come and print out this, um, uh, or it is going to come into the body of this if body, and then it will print out this message. It will call the print line function, and then it will do the return. If it is equals to nil, if it is equals to nil, then it's not going to go inside this body, and it is just going to come and print out this line right here. So that means if it is nil, that means the error did not happen. Okay, so it found the file, so error did not happen. So if it didn't find the file, then that means you need to take care of it and do something. So in this case, I'm just returning. So it will return to the or stop the execution of the program. But you can do other things if you don't want to, get out or the exit the code. Okay. And let's look at the next example, or the next slide, that will tell us how to customize the error messages. So in this case, the Go language allows to create a custom error message. So it's up to you. You can really actually customize whatever the things that you want to display for your user. So basically, which can be used for in a function or in a package. So you can do it either way. So the new function is the one which you use it. Okay, and that is in the error package. Okay, to customize the error messages. So let's see, this is done in example 6-13. Okay, so since it's going to be executable code, our code, so our very first line is the package main, and then we do the import. So we are importing the standard error package. Okay, right here, standard error package, and of course we are importing the FMT and the math package. So since we are importing the error package, that means we would want to be able to use some functions from that error package. Okay, and in this case, we will be using a new function from this error package to actually come up with the error message. So we have we're creating the function, just a regular function, which is taking a one parameter of type float 64, and then it is returning two values, float 64, and then the other one is an error. Okay, so it is returning two values. Now, at line number 9, all I'm doing is initializing this variable error str with this string. That's all this is doing. Okay, I could have put this string directly in here, but since I wanted to make sure that it fits in my slide properly, so I just decided to have a separate variable. And now I, within the if statement, and first I'm checking if the radius is less than 0, then I would want to go to the body of this if, and then in the body of the if, I am actually utilizing the errors package, and by calling the new function, and giving it a string that I want to be able to display if any error occurs. Okay, so basically, in this case, the error will happen because if the radius is less than 0, then the error will happen, and it will it will return the error, whatever the error occurs, and the value would the radius will be 0. No radius will be given, and if the radius is um, equals to or greater than 0, then it is just going to come to this return, and it will, in this case, it will calculate this value, and then there won't be any error, so it will return a nil. Okay, so basically, this function, when it is called from within main entry point function, very first thing that we are doing is initializing this variable called radius to -20, okay, and passing it when we call the circle area, passing this parameter or the radius to circle area. Now, when the circle area is called, it is taking this parameter, the radius parameter, which is in the negative, and then when it is calling, so 20 -20 less than 0, then it is going to come to this if body, which starts from line 10 to line 12, and call this errors dot new function from the errors package. And then in the main, since this circle area is returning two values, one is an error and the other one is actual value. So if an error occurred, then ERR will be holding some some actual actual error. So it would not be nil. It will have something in there, and this area will be 0. So since we are comparing at line number 9, error not equals to nil. Well, in this case, if I run the program, in this case, error is nil. Okay, if it is not equals to nil, so in this case, error is not equals to nil, because this is an error will be occurred. So it is going to come to this print line, and it will print this message which was passed, which was returned from right here, the message that I gave it. Okay, I can change this message if I want. So that's how basically you can customize the error messages. Okay, and after, since it will be some error condition, so it will basically come out of it, and it would not display this area of circle message. It will just display that it failed. Okay, so it is not that difficult to customize the error messages in Go language. So now let's look at how the errors can be done by using FMT package as well. So using FMT package to format the error messages. You can format the error messages as you wish by using the FMT package. So there is a in the FMT package, there is a function error f. That's the function name. Basically, that is the one that you call it to format the error messages. So format the error message according to the format specifier, percent with the percent sign. Okay, those are the format specifier, and returns a string as a value that satisfies the error. So let's see how that is done in example 6 dash uh, uh, 14. Okay, so in here, what we have is um, we start the package main very first line because it's going to be executable, and then we import these two packages, fmt and math package, and then within the circle area function, we are initializing this string again. Okay, it's the same way as we did it in the previous example. And we are checking if the radius is less than 0. Now, in this case, what we are doing is, so we are using FMT package. We are not using the error package to create a new error message with a new function. We are using the FMT package. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it when we start talking about the packages. Just remember, you really do not need to import packages unnecessarily. Okay, the reason, even doesn't matter if it's a standard package that come with the Go compiler, or you have your own custom packages, but unnecessarily importing the package will increase the size of your code. Okay, so please remember that. So what I'm trying to, the reason that I'm bringing this up right now is because, as you can see, FMT package, we have to include it for many other reasons. For example, for printf and scanf, and for IO purpose. So FMT package is most frequently used in applications that people write. So for that reason, if you include that, and if it provides some functionality, in this case, for the customized error messages, then you should use this instead of including or importing the error package. Okay, so that way, basically, you are not increasing the size of your executable. Okay, so basically, in this case, this error f will be the one which will customize the error message for us. Okay, and it is, as you can see, the logic between this 6 dash 14 and 6 dash 13 is really same. The same function name, calculate or circle area. The body of the circle area is almost the same. The only difference is this line number 10. Okay, and then when it comes to main, and if the error has happened, that means it is not nil, so it is going to come right here, at line number 19, and it will print out what the error message was. Okay, if it is nil, then of course it is going to skip this body and come to this line number 22 and print out. Okay, so just remember not to unnecessarily import the packages in your source code, because it will increase the size of your binary. Okay, so that basically concludes the unit 4, chapter 6.